Farhan Zaidi went to work on November 2. The sting of the day before, when the Dodgers fell in Game 7 of the World Series, had not yet faded, and it has not faded since. But the baseball calendar does not allow time to grieve the end of a season, and so Zaidi, the team's general manager, pondered how to move forward. During the immediate aftermath of the defeat to Houston, Zaidi gathered with Dodgers president of baseball operations Andrew Friedman and the rest of the front office to conduct a post-mortem on the season past. The conclusions hinted at the challenge facing them this winter. Was there anything they could have done differently? It seems really defiant to say no, Zaidi said Monday at the general managers' meetings at the Waldorf Astoria. But we're not done with the process. We have a full off-season ahead of us, and have plenty of time to go back and debate. During their first 2 winters, Friedman and Zaidi prioritized depth, elongating the string of talent throughout the organization by enhancing the margins of the roster. After the 2016 season, the team forked over $192 million to re-sign closer Kenley Jansen, third baseman Justin Turner and starting pitcher Rich Hill, while targeting improvements at second base and against left-handed pitching. The scenario this winter is less daunting, but still complex: how to improve a 104-win team with a group of superstars already in place, a list of starting pitchers that stretches into double digits and a lineup of relatively inexpensive contributors who have contracts under team control. Bill shaken. The television cameras had invaded the Bellinger home, along with floodlights, and the technicians that operated them. Cody Bellinger sat alone in the family room, on a stool that had been placed in front of a couch. He was not smiling, at least not in the 5-second video clip his mother posted. The television cameras had invaded the Bellinger home, along with floodlights, and the technicians that operated them. Cody Bellinger sat alone in the family room, on a stool that had been placed in front of a couch. He was not smiling, at least not in the 5-second video clip his mother posted. Bill shaken. We just have a pretty well-balanced roster, where any improvements are going to likely have to come in the form of real impact talent, Zaidi said, and that's not easy to go after. An early reading of the free agent market identifies few players who might meet this qualification, and most are pitchers. The Dodgers are closely monitoring the availability of Japanese two-way star Shohei Ohtani. They could revisit trade talks with Baltimore about All-Star reliever Zach Britton. They could pursue 2015 National League Cy Young Award winner Jake Arrieta. And despite a wretched performance in the World Series, Yu Darvish remains in consideration. The Dodgers acquired Darvish last summer to bolster their rotation. After a rocky patch heading into the postseason, Darvish turned in a pair of quality starts in the first 2 rounds. However, in the World Series he collected 10 outs in 2 starts, contributing to losses in Game 3 and the decisive Game 7. I don't know that the end really changes much, Zaidi said. It was always going to be a difficult re-signing for us to do, but we do have some interest. The price will dictate the likelihood of a reunion. The executives gathered here in Orlando peppered each other with questions about how much pitchers such as Darvish and Arrieta might earn in an off-season when so many teams are focused on improving their bullpens. Even so, Darvish is still likely to fetch offers which exceed $100 million, and Friedman never has given out a contract that large. HTML body article aside details fig caption figure footer header group NAV section summary DLDDDTIMG display, block, margin, 0, padding, 0, head style at font face font family, Belizio, SRC, URL, https://s3.amazonas.com/la times data desk template /fonts /0.3.1 Belizio narrow semibald.io, SRC, URL, https://s3.amazonas.com/la times data desk template /fonts /0.3.1 Belizio narrow semibald.io, number efix, format, embedded open type, URL, https://s3.amazonas.com/la times data desk template fonts /0.3.1 Belizio narrow semibald.wof, format, WOF, URL, https://s3.amazonas.com/latimes datadesk template/fonts/0.3.1/belizio narrow semi-bold.ttf, format, true type, font weight normal, font style normal, galleries after content, display, block, background color, number FF5443, margin, 16px auto 0, height, 5px, width, 100px, galleries before content, World Series videos, display, block, font, 723px/25px Belizio Georgia, droid serif, text align, center, color, number 1E1E1E. Number subscribe box background, number 2E4254, padding, 25px, margin bottom, 20px, position, relative, height, 300px, number subscribe box. Inner position, absolute, width, 80%, left, 50%, top, 50%, transform, translate, -50%, -50%, number subscribe box A text decoration, none, number subscribe box P color, number FFF, font, 316px/20px Arial sans serif, number subscribe box P. Prompt font, 318px/22px Arial sans serif, number subscribe box P. Title font size, 30px, font, 723px/25px Belizio Georgia, droid serif, number. Subscribe box. Link width, 150px, background, number FF5443, border radius, 6px, number subscribe box. Link P padding, 15px, font size, 18px, font weight, bold, color, number FFF, font family, Arial, sans serif, text align, center, at media, max width, 600px, desktop text display, none. Caption. Los Angeles Dodgers players comment on losing Game 7 of the World Series to the Houston Astros. Los Angeles Dodgers players comment on losing Game 7 of the World Series to the Houston Astros. Caption. Los Angeles Times sports writers Andy McCullough and Dylan Hernandez discuss how the Dodgers lost Game 7 of the World Series to the Houston Astros. Los Angeles Times sports writers Andy McCullough and Dylan Hernandez discuss how the Dodgers lost Game 7 of the World Series to the Houston Astros. Andy.McCullough at latimes.com. Twitter @McCulloughTimes.